Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. How are you today?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, okay here, okay here. Doing all right. Are you still feeling the buzz from releasing a Seven Keys to the Discomfort of Being? It's been a few days, but is that buzz still there?
Yeah, I would say so. It's also like a lot of social media presence and it's getting a bit exhausted, I would say.
The oh so fun part of being in a band in the modern day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it has only been a few days. The buzz will die down. The noise will increase. So far, how have you personally found the reaction to it?
It's actually overwhelmingly positive. Um, yeah, I'm sure not everyone's gonna be a fan, especially like purists in the metal genres. But so far it's been really nice. People has been very, very nice.
You haven't come across any of that negative attitude or views yet?
Well, I have seen some people, but
Hmm.
mostly it's like they just want pure metal in a certain way, I guess. Or
Mm.
maybe they kind of listen to different music, so this is too much, or I don't know. Doesn't feel right
Okay.
to me. I don't know.
Criticism is criticism. If it's constructive, cool. If it's I want
Yeah.
this and I want this, but this isn't it. That's always odd to my ears. It's like, okay, it's not for you. That's
Mhm.
fine. Go listen to something that is for you.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're ready to receive any constructive criticism regarding like the record or live shows or whatever, if we can learn from it and like grow as a band. But if it's like taste wise, I mean, we all like certain kinds of music and don't like certain kinds of music, so it's very individual.
Absolutely. Metal is a melting pot of ideas, of
Mhm.
genre bending, of imaginations and creativity. And that is exactly what Predatory Void is when it comes down to it, a melting pot of creativity. Talk to me then about you personally getting involved in Predatory Void. In particular, what was appealing about it?
Um, well, when I got I don't remember, a message or an email from Leonard, first I didn't really believe that he wanted me in the band. I was like,
Okay.
this someone's pulling a joke on me. Because we haven't talked in many years. We've known each other for like 10 plus years. And then when he sent me demos, it immediately like emotionally grasped me. um and that's something that's very motivating when like writing lyrics. When you emotionally feel the music, it's like that's it. That's like this kind of moment when it just clicks. And then I didn't have any like second thoughts regarding whether I wanted to be in the band or not.
Did you find yourself moving out of your comfort zone a lot? And in particular, pressure then to live up to an expectation?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I come from like a punk and DIY background, and yeah, standing next to people who have already like learned, um I mean, have had their battles and have earned the respect of the audience. It's a bit like overwhelming
Hmm.
sometimes. I have to be honest. And also like delivering on their level. For me, I have like an imposter syndrome, and I was like, yeah, I'm not good enough, so it's never gonna happen. But they kind of pushed me creatively in a way that was comfortable for me, because while I was like very open to this experience, I'm also like a control freak.
Okay.
So I'm used to doing things a certain way when it comes to music. And they were really like, yeah, you should try this and you should try that. And I was like, but I can't. And this sounds weird. But then in the end, I'm really happy how with how it turned out. Yeah.
That's a lot to get past from imposter syndrome, as I said, being to control freak elements and so on.
Yeah.
It's all good and proper, the rest of the band kind of helping and pushing you, but on a more personal, internal part, how did you overcome, well, use imposter syndrome, for example, how did you overcome that aspect?
I haven't. It's very simple. It's still there, and I think it's gonna stay forever because I've had it like for a long time, all my life. When you're like doing something creatively, you get a lot of praise from like people around you who know you, who really want to support you. But then once you face some like negativity from people who are outside of your like comfort zone, your friend circle, it's very confronting. And then immediately you're like, oh, I'm actually really bad. I can't do anything. I should stop. So it's like a bit, I don't know. I don't have like the insecurity in me, but it's just whether I'm doing things right is whether I'm delivering and whether I'm doing things that I should be doing. That's kind of
I feel like the immense praise for the entire album, for what Predatory Void has done so far, and every aspect of it is certainly the highest. It's the most positive thing that come from this. You talk about negativity and the potential of people personally perhaps attacking your style or what you do and so on, but thankfully we haven't seen that today, and it certainly isn't that prevalent at this point. When it comes to a negative voice, that you know, are you able to detach the personal from the professional aspect of a critical voice on perhaps your vocals?
Oh yeah. But I mean, I'm not opposed to hearing critique. I'm fine with it actually. Like I'm not gonna emotionally invest into something like that. But if it has like some ground and if um it has a reason, I'll listen to it, and I'm really fine with it. And I'm not gonna take it personally, like they they don't know me as a person
Yes.
at the time. Like why would I?
And
Yeah.
as we said at the start, different strokes for different folks. Just because it doesn't work for
Exactly.
someone,
I have like there is a lot of music that I don't like, and then
of course.
I know people who really love it, and then I'm like, I don't understand why, because to me it sounds just horrible. But the person I know really loves it, and it gives them like it reflects their ideals, their emotions, their struggles. So there must be something in there. And of course there are like artists and vocalists, or I don't know, uh, anyone actually that isn't your cup of tea, because it isn't, because we all have like different backgrounds, we have lived through many things, we have different traumas, so it's very individual. And yeah, I don't see the reason to get upset about this.
You're absolutely right. Art is subjective. It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody takes different things. So when that came to you, did you feel as though you understood the vision of what Predatory Void was to be? And what did that vision mean to you personally?
Mm. It actually formed while we were working on the record, and we just started because it was fun to play together,
Perfect.
basically, which I didn't think was possible at like at our age, I would say. But actually, yeah, we had so much fun together, writing the record and recording and everything. And the concept kind of formed during all of this time. And for me personally, I'm not gonna speak for everyone, but for me personally, um, like the music really touched me. I have like a lot of sketches with lyrics lying around because I compulsively write all the time.
Hmm.
Whenever I have like an idea, I write it down, and then it can develop into like a song or something, like, or a text. Um, and there were some lyrics that immediately just like fit what Leonard sent me, like the demos and stuff. And with some songs, we kind of tweaked it to fit. Um, But yeah, it actually revolves around like personal discomfort that is relatable to anyone. But to me, like the album and the band isn't something negative. It's like a philosophical acceptance of um the way things are. Because you can keep on staring into the abyss, but like, do you want to fall into it, or
Mm.
do you want to like embrace it and try to find a way to live further? Kind of, kind of that. I would say it's a soul search. It's like the album in itself. Like, if we take this chapter of the band, it's really a soul search and a journey into yourself, and like reflecting the aspects of social life um onto you. Like it's a constant like dialogue with inner and outer world, and how you interpret it and reflect it, something like that.
Yeah, there is no denying the heady and important themes and ideas that are going on here. Do you take, for your inspiration for lyrical content, do you take a lot from a personal perspective, or are you able also to look into the wider world, the problems, the issues regarding everyone in some way?
um I look inwards a lot, but I feel like this is very relatable to a lot of people, because I can't be the only one with like this weird
Mm.
intrusive thoughts, right? Basically all metal resides on this kind of philosophy. Yeah. If you read lyrics, it's all about like the inner pain most of the time. But of course, yeah, like it can't be only inside you. Like there are a lot of things happening that influence you. You can't just like embrace the darkness within without the outside influence. um so I feel like with me, it's I analyze uh,
Mm.
a lot of outside influences, and then I kind of write it from the personal perspective, I would say.
Is
Yeah.
it easy to be as honest as you are on this record, for example? Is that something you become more comfortable with?
um well, with the music I write, I mean with the lyrics I write, it's always honesty, because I wouldn't be able to sing these lyrics if it wasn't like
Mm.
honesty. You know, I don't want to create like a landscape for a show. You know, I want to really live through it. I want to um yeah, I don't I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question, because like I feel like it's pretty clear. Um for me, that's like it, I can only create from a place of honesty, because anything else just doesn't fit. It doesn't feel the same way. It's not authentic enough for me.
It's incredible that you have that, because I think, and we often find we speak to other bands and artists, that opening up and exposing yourself and talking about
Mm,
internal feelings and thoughts is one of the hardest things of all. And it's something people might develop over a long period of time
mhm.
to be able to just open up that way. So for you to suggest that you can't imagine it being in any other way is, well, it's lucky almost.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's heavy, because like in my personal life, I'm also quite like that. Like people get scared sometimes when I'm just like, yeah, it's not going good, and people don't want to hear that. And I mean, okay, you have to be um s- like you have to fit in a little bit, like socially. But I feel like lyrically, if you write the music, it's coming really from deep inside of you. Why should you do something else with the lyrics, right?
Oh, yeah. So you have to put up your social filters in life, unfortunately. But lyrically, and when you
Mhm,
perform, you get
mhm.
to just they're knocked down.
Yeah, yeah, I wanna be honest about what I feel and what's going on. And I've always been this way with the lyrics that I've written, because I like coming from like a DIY background. It's always like you have to wear your heart on your sleeve, and it's painful, and you get hurt. You know, when you're really like very, very open about everything. But I feel like vulnerability is very beautiful because it really shows who you are.
Incredible. So for you then, what was the most challenging aspects about working on the record overall, from either a writing, recording, or even the promotion aspect of it?
When we were writing, there was one song that I just couldn't write the lyrics to. Because first I wanted to write like I actually wrote like I had kind of like a stream of consciousness moment, and I wrote like lyrics about my I wouldn't say favorite serial killer, but
Okay,
one that I'm
okay, I
like
get you.
fascinated with a little bit, like the Zodiac. And I wrote like the lyrics, and I wrote the it fit super well, and I was just so happy. But then 99% of the album was ready, and we sat down and they were like, yeah, you know what, these don't really fit the whole atmosphere. It's like you're talking about a personal experience, and the feelings and everything is so like thin and vulnerable and very sensitive, and then this is like someone else coming in. And I tried to argue that I'm looking through his eyes and stuff like that, and they were
Mm.
like, no, stop. And so we really had to work a lot, because I'm, as a control freak, I'm like, how come don't you like what I wrote? I really put my heart and soul into it, like, accept it now and don't manage me, please. But of course, it's like we're an organism, all five of us together. We have to make something that is complete, that is consistent. And so I was like, okay, so we're gonna have to work on it. And it really took a long time for me, and it was very challenging to make something because it felt artificial for me, that I'm like, I already wrote something so good. Like, why are you bullying me? But actually, I'm really happy because they took like some snippets of the song that like the song lyrics already had. I just sent them like a song dump, that I like all the lyrics I've written in the last 3 years.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, just look at them. If you like something, I can develop it into like a bigger concept. And they took some of them, and we just like puzzled a little bit, and then it became a really good song. But I'm not gonna say which one, because maybe we will release like the alternative version of it with the
Oh,
Zodiac lyrics.
yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so you use segments of it. Does the overall thing exist? And oh, where could that fit? But yeah, what a
It's been
fantastic
recorded.
idea.
Yeah, it's been recorded, and then they were like, nah, we have to redo it because no.
Incredible. I think you've
But I'm
nailed
really
it there.
happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy that it turned out like this, because this song became one of my favorites
Oh,
ever. So,
that's an amazing,
teamwork.
amazing, amazing. Likewise then, but on the opposite side of that, what was something you found over all the aspects of working on a record that you particularly enjoyed?
Um, I feel like just getting to know everyone, because I only knew Leonard quite well. Then Tim recorded with me previously. And then Tess and Vincent, I just didn't know at all. But it really, yeah, the process was really, really nice in that regards. We became friends, and I really, I started feeling way more comfortable with like accepting critique, with doing something new. I delegated a lot, and I was like, that's not what I do, okay?
Oh,
That's not
wow.
what I do in life in general. And that was like great to learn that. And I feel like if I fall down, they will catch me, you know.
That's
That's
amazing. Not only putting out, say, an incredible record, but having fun, making friends, trust, and all
Mhm.
that along the way. You couldn't ask for a better experience, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I feel very strongly about it, because the whole behind the scenes like universe that we've created is very, very strong, and there is a lot of support, a lot of communication, a lot of respect that costs like a lot. Yeah, and it was quite effortless, which is like, huh? How? So that's
The
great.
dream.
That's great.
Do you think the work that you personally put into Seven Keys, this kind of being, has overall made you a better musician? And if so, in what way?
Um, yeah, I feel like it, even though, yeah, my imposter syndrome in my head is like, you're not a musician. But for me, like I took it super seriously. I was like, yeah, okay, I have to work on my vocals, like extreme vocals, on my clean vocals. So I started doing a shitload of warm-ups. I started like I went to like a voice coach to assess the possibilities that I have like vocally. Um I just it I completely like developed a routine now that helps me to perform without like having any problems, any fatigue, any pain. I don't have to overdo, and I feel quite secure in what I'm doing. So that's quite great.
It really is. It simply is phenomenal to hear this development, this process. And of course, as an artist, you'll always consistently and constantly grow and learn and develop new talents and new
Mhm.
ways of doing things.
Yeah, that's hopefully, yeah.
For sure, for sure. Talk to me then about Predatory Void and the live environment. Now, there are a lot of countries, a lot of cities, a lot of venues to play, and many hungry listeners that are still waiting to see
Mhm.
you arrive. From your on-stage perspective, how comfortable are you performing in Predatory Void live?
I feel quite comfortable because I feel a lot of support. Just like when we're on stage, I feel like we're one, uh, I don't know, embodiment of, of a band. I don't know how to say that. Um, but I do feel like we need more live shows to become like super fluent and to develop a routine, because so far, yeah, we all play in different bands
Of
and
course.
we can't rehearse like every single week or like even twice a week, which is sometimes necessary. Um, but we're just trying to do as best as we can, or any chance we have. And we're trying, yeah, to learn out of every experience that we have. Like after the show, we do like a briefing of what went wrong, what was good, what we should remember for the next time, and stuff like that.
We go back to the early days and the earliest performances, and I mean, there was an early clue, an early indicator there that the audience, the listeners, had a hunger for what you were providing. Has that kind of bolstered and encouraged this desire and need to play more?
Yeah, of course. We really like playing live. Like that's, I mean, it was not supposed to be like a studio band,
Mm,
not like a project that would be put away after recording the record. No, it was meant to be a live band, because like Leonard also chose everyone strategically, that we would all live in a certain proximity from each
right.
other in order to rehearse and go on tours and play shows and stuff like that. So the idea behind the band is to really, after presenting the album, releasing the album, to really play as much as possible. Yeah.
As much as time and dates and all of that stuff will allow, basically.
Yeah. But we really have to look at our schedules collectively in order to choose like periods when we can play, and then with the booker we have to, yeah, decide whether there are any dates available for us to fit in any lineup.
This is my roundabout way of trying to go, when are you coming to the UK, please? I would like to see this performed live.
Yeah. I have no idea, to be honest. It's all in the future, but when, I can't really say. Right now we're focusing on like mainland performances. So we're gonna have like mm, 5 or 6 more shows this
Mm.
year. Maybe there will be more. Yeah, so far it's wait, it's gonna be like 3 festivals and 3 live shows, I think.
Watch this space to see what comes next in that regard. Just keep a close eye on, well, the social media side of things, which we did talk about briefly at the start, exhausting. But what I wanted to ask you about that, with that modding expectation, the always online social media presence, demand for you to push it out, are you getting more and more comfortable with that demand?
I don't really know. I'm trying to take it as it comes.
Mm.
I'm just living day day in, day out like that. I don't know.
In tying into that, is there a way that you found to make that side of things more fun for yourself?
Well, I have to manage my own account as well. Like I'm a tattooer, so
Of course.
yeah. So I have to invest a lot of time into like finding clients and stuff like that because this is something that pays my life. Yeah, with the band we try to like schedule things that goes online. Um so we don't have to spend as much time like really overthinking things, and people get like a consistent information, images, whatever they need to keep up with what we're doing.
It can be a dry, bland, a boring process, but unfortunately, it is a necessary process. As you know, as you said, you're a tattooist. You have to push your own personal brand and work out there.
Mm.
It's just too important, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's frustrating because like you understand that people aren't always online. It's like it's super weird. Sometimes it feels like a gamble that you have to like grab people's attention and you do certain thing and it works really well, but then it stops and then you have to start from zero actually, and you don't
Feels like
know,
luck
is it
sometimes.
me, is it you, is it just the world, what is it?
It is that ever-changing and infuriating algorithm, unfortunately. No one has the perfect answer. If anybody does, well, they will surely make a lot of money.
Yeah, good for them.
Lina, last one for you, and it's simply this. What is a realistic goal that you would like to achieve with Predatory Void before this year, 2023, is over?
Oh, yeah, I would like to play as many live shows as possible. That's our
Oh, it's
common
much.
goal actually. And yeah, that's the most fun. And maybe it's not like a super high, super huge goal, but I would really love to develop a good routine on stage, a good presence that people enjoy seeing us live. Um yeah,
It,
everyone's content.
which is fantastic here, but you know, we both know it's not, it is actually a challenge these days, whether it be the cost alone of touring to
Mm,
getting people to come out following years of COVID issues and ongoing problems we still have now.
exactly.
It's so that being a goal is, it's fantastic to hear. It's what we all want.
We're gonna try our best to play as much as we can, and I feel like we're gonna like next year we're gonna try to work on it better in just like developing the dates and contacting promoters beforehand, way beforehand, in order to have like maybe a consistent tour.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't promise anything. I'm not gonna say it. It's just a fantasy, okay? Just like putting it out there. But it would be great to just have like a consistent tour because it's a lot of fun. We went to Tilburg to play Roadburn, and I feel like
Incredible.
us together in the van is gonna be it's gonna be grand, honestly.
Oh, fingers crossed it all works out then. But for now, folks, you can listen to Seven Keys to Discomfort being, it's, well, as the time recording, it's been out literally 5 days. It is a wonderful, fantastic, unique slice of music. Lina, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the kind words. Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?